Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all have had a wonderful week so far. I hope everybody is feeling good, feeling great. I have a couple of announcements that I want to talk to you guys about before we get into this highly requested video right here. Holy moly, I'm talking about Patreon. Y'all are emailing me, blowing me up about this one. And it's a lot to talk about, so stay with me here. But the first thing is, for everybody that cringes at my intro, which, listen, I've been doing this 5 years, sometimes I cringe at it too, okay? If you could see the adorable videos that people send me of like their kids or their husbands randomly doing it, you would know why I giggle when I do it, because I think about you guys and I think about the videos you send me, and you will also know why I keep doing it. So fast forward if you don't like it, but as long as people are enjoying it and feeling at home with the intro, it is going to be here to stay, as cringe as it is. The second announcement that I have for y'all is, do y'all remember the Sara Boone case? We just talked about this recently, just this year. And it was the situation, the woman who was living with her boyfriend here in Florida ended up putting her boyfriend in a suitcase as a game of hide and go seek, she said. Recorded herself laughing at him while he was in the suitcase, and then went to sleep. Well, she got arrested. We talked about it in the video, and we also talked about her interrogation. She was scheduled on November 7th of this year, 2022, to have her trial. They ended up rescheduling her trial to January 30th, 2023, but it is supposed to be televised. And I plan on watching it, and I'm going to report on it if it's, if there's some stuff in there. And with knowing Sara Boone and knowing the way that she did her interview or interrogation, is probably going to be one to watch. So if y'all are going to watch it with me, let me know down below, because I'm ready to hear what her defense is. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the very recent case of 33-year-old mother Ashley Bush. Now, Ashley Bush was 31 weeks pregnant with her fourth child. Her three other children were 8, 7, and 2. Ashley was also engaged to a man named Josh Willis, and they planned on naming their new precious baby girl Valkyrie. I think that's how you pronounce it, Valkyrie Grace Willis. Now, 33-year-old Ashley was having some pregnancy complications with her fourth baby. She was having a hard time being at work, and she was looking for a job that she could do at home. But what she did not know was the job that she applied for online was fake. See, she got into these Facebook groups and was looking around for other moms and other stay-at-home moms. And when she applied for this job and went to go meet this woman for this interview, it was all made up. Amber Waterman, who is 42 years old, created a fake Facebook account with the name Lucy Barrows. She used this account to post in mom groups, and that's how she lured Ashley in to try to steal her baby. She pretended she was going to hire Ashley for a work from home job. And I mean, you guys, when you look at this, it's got 121 likes, 16 shares. You could just only imagine how many other mothers actually seen this and sent her a DM, leaving themselves very vulnerable. Like, how scary is that? Ashley and her fiance Josh went to the Gravett Public Library to meet this Lucy, which was actually Amber, to discuss this potential job opportunity. Ashley was told she would need to travel with Amber to Bentonville, Arkansas, to meet this supposed boss. Then on October 31st, which was Halloween, a night that Ashley had planned on taking her babies out trick-or-treating and doing family stuff, Josh took her that day and dropped her off at a Handy Mart in Maysville, Arkansas, to meet with Amber. The supposed job interview was only about 30 minutes away, and investigators are saying that they don't believe Ashley ever even made it to Bentonville. At 3 p.m., Ashley texts Josh saying that she was back in town and to come and pick her up. But once Josh got there to pick Ashley up, he said that he couldn't see Ashley anywhere. All he saw was this woman, Amber, who he dropped Ashley off with, drive past him, and she looked at him and there was no Ashley anywhere. So then Josh said that he tried to follow the vehicle that had Amber in it because he was going to ask her like, hey, where's Ashley at? But he ended up losing her. He said that he looked for Ashley all night long. He tried texting her, calling her, anything that he could do to get an answer from Ashley. And then get this, Josh even said that he contacted this company that this alleged Lucy worked for and asked to speak to her, but the company said that they didn't have anybody there by that name. Now, can you imagine the horror? He done dropped his fiance off, his pregnant fiance off with basically a stranger, okay? Probably didn't think anything because it was a woman. Then his fiance texts him and says she's back there. He sees the woman that he dropped her off with pass him. He loses her. He can't find Ashley. He knows she don't have a ride. She's not answering text messages or anything. So he calls the company and they say, we don't even have anybody there by that name. Like, then Ashley's family was able to track down her phone by the last location, and it was found in a ditch less than a mile away from the last place that he had saw her. Oh my goodness. Now, at the same exact time that Josh and Ashley's family is looking for her, this Amber/Lucy is at her house and she calls 911. She calls 911 and tells them that she had went into labor and that she just had a baby and that she had been home all day because it was Halloween and now she went into labor. When the ambulance got to where she was at in Missouri, she told them that she had given birth to a stillborn child. Now, the EMS would say that when they pulled up, she had the placenta in her pants with the baby. When they got there, they obviously saw that the baby was not alive. It was a little girl, and so therefore they called the coroner. Now, when the coroner got there, his plans was to take the little baby to the funeral home after the EMS was unable to revive her. This is when Amber/Lucy refused any kind of medical treatment. She told them she did not need any medical treatment. She needed to go home and grieve and But when they took the baby, they also took the placenta and all of that stuff to the funeral home as well. So the next day, which was on November 1st, Amber Waterman and her husband went down to the funeral home to say that they wanted to plan a memorial service for their baby girl, who was this stillborn that had just passed. And at this point at the funeral home, everything seemed still pretty normal. And so they went ahead and scheduled the memorial service for that coming up Wednesday at 1 p.m. Now, crazy enough, that same exact day, detectives showed up at Amber and her husband's home because their tan truck matched the description of the vehicle that Ashley was last seen in. Okay, so now you've got Ashley and her family. They're panicking. They have not seen her since the day before. They knew dang and well she would not just leave her children like that. She was pregnant. She left in this van with this Lucy, and the investigators show up literally at Amber and her husband's house to search the vehicle. When detectives asked Amber if they could search her phone, she told them that she had lost it, which seems mighty convenient. And at this point, investigators, their ears are perking up like, She also told investigators that she was the only person who had access to the tan-colored truck that was at the home. When asked if she had known about Ashley, Amber told detectives that she didn't know her. When asked about Lucy Barrows, Amber said that she had previously worked with her at Walmart, but that they were not close. Now, fast forward to November 1st at 1 p.m., this memorial service, y'all. Amber Waterman and her husband are at this memorial service with close family and friends crying over their baby that she said she lost that was a stillborn. A whole service. And then the day after the memorial service, the Benton County coroner arrived to the funeral home and asked to take the baby and the placenta so they could do an autopsy on the baby. Now, when they did this, Ashley got upset and she wanted to know why. And they said that they needed to, And then she asked the coroner if they were going to do a DNA test on this baby. This is when the coroner said he knew something was wrong. And I think I would have thought then maybe her baby's daddy or her husband wasn't the father, but they thought something else was wrong.
I was first notified Wednesday morning by the Benton County coroner, Daniel Oxford, that there might be something to this, some things pertaining to this child, and was wanting to take custody of the infant to do an autopsy. She wanted to know why they were doing an autopsy, but then the tears kind of dried up, and her next question was, will there be DNA testing? Daniel and I both looked at one another, and we knew that we had her at this point, that there was something definitely wrong.
They said they wanted the baby cremated, and they also said that they had named the baby Dakota. The coroner said it was hands down the craziest thing he had ever dealt with in his whole 16 years of work. And then on that following Thursday, a vehicle at the Waterman's home was taken by law enforcement, and search warrants were obtained for the vehicle and the home. During the search, detectives found what they believed to be blood stains on the inside of the vehicle. And investigators then questioned the husband, Jamie, who had allegedly told him that his wife admitted to him that she had killed Ashley, but then quickly changed her story and said that Lucy had actually done it. He then went on to say that Amber allegedly led him to Ashley's body, which was laying face down next to a boat near their house. She then removed a ring from Ashley's finger and rolled her lifeless body onto a tarp that Ashley's husband, Jamie, then drug away, y'all. And that is when they would both allegedly burn the body. Then the two of them loaded up the burnt body of this mother, Ashley, and took her body somewhere and dumped it. Ashley's body was found on Thursday, and it was determined that she had been killed by a gunshot wound.
Over my career, this is one of the most horrific cases that I have been personally involved with. This is still an active case, so I'll put that out first. That we will be limited to what details that we can give, because this is a fluid working case at this moment. The Sheriff's Office on October 31st started working a case of a missing person, Ashley Bush. Some sad news to report that we have found Ashley Bush, who was murdered, in our opinion. We also have found her baby, Valkyrie Grace Willis, who's deceased as well, was found in a separate location. I won't be able to get into details of that.
Investigators have declined to say how Ashley's baby was removed from her body, but it is speculated that this Amber/Lucy could have cut the baby out of her stomach. Ashley's fiance, Josh, said that she was a great mother and a wonderful wife, a very outgoing, caring, and kind person. They didn't deserve any of this, and there are 3 amazing kids that have just lost their mother, best friend, and little sister. Now, the Watermans were arrested on Thursday, November 3rd. Amber has been charged with kidnapping resulting in death, while Jamie faces 1 count of being an accessory to the fatal abduction. Look at his he's almost smiling in this photo. It's a little creepy. The prosecutor said he expects the Watermans to face additional charges, but it is unclear whether Ashley and her unborn baby were killed in Arkansas or Missouri. And this is the determination that would impact the future charges against them. The case remains under investigation by police in both states as well as the FBI, as this has pretty much just happened this month. Now, this is incredibly devastating for, this Ashley's family. And this is not the only time that something like this has happened, and that's so bothersome. Do y'all remember the Taylor Parker Raegan Handcock case that happened in October of 2020? I covered it here on my channel. And Raegan Handcock was a beautiful young mother of 1 child with 1 on the way. She lived at home with her little baby boy and her husband, and they were so excited to have the 2nd child. Well, she was on a mom's Facebook group. Y'all, this is just so wild to think about. It's so unsettling. Raegan was on a mom's Facebook group. She was talking to other mothers and stuff, and she became friends with another young woman named Taylor. And I say friends like this because Raegan thought that she was friends with her. She told her where she lived at. They went and got coffee together. They talked about baby stuff. And then one day, Taylor showed up at her house and cut that baby out of her stomach and killed her there in the house. And their little boy was found hiding in a closet. Y'all, it's just incomprehensible how horrifying that is. She ended up being found guilty for this. And now, like literally right now, she is in the penalty phase for her sentencing. A lot of people are hoping that she gets the death penalty, but she is fighting against it. The trial is not televised. Now, you can read stuff on what's going on, but I have been waiting until it was all done, and I was going to do a follow-up for you guys, but it's literally still going on right now. But it's unbelievable to know that actually happens. But that's not the only case like that. And there are other cases like this. And this one right here is another one that is just so haunting. The Megan Formuska Hailey Boussard case. Now, I have quite a few videos. I think I have 3 or 4 videos about this situation that happened back in 2019. Megan Formuska was a friend of Heidi's for over 20 years. They went to school together. They had sleepovers together. Their families knew each other. They went to church camp together every single year. Best friends, did everything together, talked all the time, Well, Heidi had another child with her children's father and was pregnant with her second child, which was a little girl that they were super excited about. Allegedly, and Megan hasn't gone to trial yet, so allegedly, Megan was having issues with her boyfriend that she lived with, and he was ready to leave her. He wanted to leave her, so Heidi got pregnant, so Megan got pregnant, okay? Now, they were allegedly pregnant at the same exact time. Heidi went into labor to have her precious baby girl, and Megan was in the room with her while she delivered this baby. That's how close they were. She was literally in there holding her friend's hand, all of this stuff, helping her breathe, ready to hold the baby after the father, like best friends. Well, 2 weeks after that precious baby was born, Heidi went missing. And a lot of people were actually blaming Heidi's children's father because he did interviews, with the media begging for her return. And he looked very nervous. And this was around the height of the Chris Watts situation. And we were still very much talking about that. So people were pointing the fingers at him, but he didn't do anything. 2 weeks later, they ended up finding that precious little 2-week-old baby in the house with Megan, okay? Megan's boyfriend thought that was his baby. She was sending him to the store to get milk and stuff. She had brought the baby home, said she had went into labor. And when the cops got there to search the house, they found her best friend Heidi's body in a duffel bag in the trunk of her vehicle that was backed up to her back door. That was her best friend of 20 years. And she was pretending allegedly to be pregnant the whole time just so she could take that baby so she wouldn't lose that boyfriend. Her trial keeps getting pushed off and pushed off. There's a bunch of different stuff that's been going on, but it's like unbelievable. It's still scary to think about what people are capable of and the access that people have to your lives on social media. Like when you become somebody's friend on Facebook and you're 2 women and a mom and you 2 moms or whatever, and you're going to Starbucks to get your coffee and you become friends and you think you're trusting this person and really the person has a motive the whole time. And you've got this situation with Ashley Bush, who was about to be a mom of 4 and couldn't work at a regular job anymore and just wanted to be able to work from home, meets someone online, goes on an interview, and this Lucy allegedly showed up with all this paperwork and everything and made it look like a legit job. And she goes off with her and never returns again. The Watermans are obviously charged and they're going to have their day in court one day. And if they're guilty, I have to say that because they haven't been found guilty yet. I hope that they are punished by the fullest extent of the law, but that's still not going to bring these, 3 children now because the baby passed mother back. Like, what do y'all think about this? Have y'all heard about this? Let me know what y'all think down below. Please be safe. Please don't let your guard down. Don't be overly paranoid where you're uncomfortable and you've, developed a fear of leaving your house, because with everything that we see online and in the media and stuff and every Netflix show. I see how it can happen. You know, don't go that far, but please just be careful, protect yourself, and hug your family and tell them that you love them. So again, let me know what you guys think down below. Other than that, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.